Welcome back to F1TALK from Object Passion. We got Joe and Sharif here, and we are going to talk about the new era of F1. The Bahrain race literally just finished. Finished. We watched the post-race wrap-up, and wow, like what an upset. No, I mean, if you're watching this, there's going to be spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. So click off and come back to us. But if you've seen the race, we're gonna talk about it, break it down. And before we get into that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We just put our new social media stuff on our little frame here. So give us a follow. And yeah, that's enough with all the self-promotion stuff. Let's get into it, Joe. Bahrain 2022.
What can I say, man? It's a big surprise.
Yeah.
For the cars. Obviously, they promote better racing, close battle racing, and obviously that delivers quite nicely. Especially the battle between Charles Leclerc and Max. Of course, Max.
Yeah. No, even the midfield. We got to see a lot more battles than we have before.
A lot more battles for midfield, for all the cars, actually. Basically, for all the cars. And the car is just easy to follow, easy to overtake.
Yeah.
But it feels like the car is heavier. And it still feels like the car is sliding around the circuit, around the track.
Yeah, for those of you who may not follow the technical side, a lot of the teams have been, in testing, were battling porpoising. Part of the strategy for dealing with that was to increase the stiffness of the suspension. And we definitely got to see the ramifications of that, during this race. Like the entry speeds and exit speeds of the corners definitely were not as fast as last season.
It's not consistent.
Yeah, you're seeing some areas of understeer, some areas of oversteer.
Oversteer, yeah.
Yeah, where we weren't seeing that before.
Yeah, and dude, big shout out to Ferrari, man. Ferrari 1-2. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And especially with that color and the livery, it reminds me of the old day Ferrari.
Yeah, seriously, man. So
it's awesome. It's just awesome. That's all I have to say. It's awesome to see them be able to fight, because Ferrari has been into midfield for so long, ever since for so long. And this year, they take some time off to develop the car last year, and then obviously that result bring into the new era. And we saw that result today. It's a really well balanced car. It's a really powerful car, actually.
Yeah, dude. Like watching Leclerc pull away from Verstappen in some of the corners and the straights was amazing to watch.
It was fun to watch.
And before anybody in the comments gets onto us being like, oh, well, I thought you guys were like big Mercedes and like Hamilton fans. We still are, right?
Yeah.
But it's a different thing when Ferrari wins. Ferrari is always considered like the face, the essence almost of Formula One. And to see them performing, if not winning, being in the top three, is just, I don't know. It's like the heartbeat of Formula One. And so, man, props to Leclerc and Sainz. They both ran like an amazing race, fending off Red Bull. And what an unexpected turn to see Red Bull, 3 of the 4 power units from Red Bull completely failing at the very end of the race. And Mercedes, who we all know were having a crap time trying to get that car set up right. Ending up with Hamilton on the podium.
Surprise! I wasn't even expecting him be on the podium today, and
At all, yeah.
I was telling Sharif that Hamilton is just because we all seen Hamilton we've seen Hamilton race before, but today he just trying to fight with the car. Like we can tell, he's trying to fight with the car, trying to maybe get even different driving style with the car, and even George Russell trying to fight the car. But man, like miracles. I'm guessing this is the payback from Abu Dhabi.
It's so funny you say that because I checked Twitter right before I hopped into the recording, and literally karma is trending right now because of this.
Dude, man, like me and Sharif, we were like laughing so hard, like like there we go, Red Bull,
man.
And fun, it's really funny.
Dude, and on top of that, we had just yesterday, the FIA report came out, which, basically said, like, okay, there was human error, but since, Mercedes pulled out their complaint, then, there's no way to overturn the results, which is hilarious because they told Mercedes, okay, pull out the complaint and, we will resolve this issue. So it's kind of weird that there's like some circular logic, to it.
Like I got to add on top of that is that I actually read the whole report. Yeah. When Sharif gave me the report, and I just actually read the whole thing. It's like 7 pages. Yeah. And there's a part that shows all the commentaries, or not the comment, the radio actually, the radio chat, radio communication between Red Bull to Michael Massey and Michael Massey to Toto Wolff. Yeah. And the first part, I mean, the whole part is right. Like they actually have everything right, like wording and everything. And one part is missing, and that's very crucial. It's that Michael Massey, we all know that Michael Massey replied to Toto Wolff, Toto, this is called, we went motor racing. Yeah. This is called motor racing. That part is not in the report. Yeah. Like literally, it's out. Like there's, like, it's like nothing there. And then for me, it's a cover up because for me, the reply from Michael Massey to Toto Wolff is...
It mimics exactly what Horner and Jonathan Wheatley both told him.
Yeah, exactly. And then they just cover that up. And then I still feel like it's a shame for FIA to do that.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I can't remember if I think it was Damon Hill or somebody was saying that they're just trying to kind of cover their own butt so that nobody comes after them legally, you know, for the results and how things were handled. Mm-hmm. So it's funny because also on Twitter, you know, amongst like at least the Team Lewis Hamilton fans, they've been calling Max Verstappen the human error champion. You know, and it's just so funny to watch the guy walk around with number 1 gold boots on, and yet really that's what the FIA report confirms, that you know he would not have won under any other normal circumstances with the safety car, and you know he won essentially from human error, but they're not going to overturn it. You know, so that's why today was like, at least tickled me and Joe, because the safety car came out again at the end of the race. And Verstappen tried to position himself alongside Leclerc.
Again, like this. Yeah. Not here, but this.
And Leclerc was having nothing of it. He literally just cut across the bow. Yeah. Took the superior racing line, you know. Yeah. And then Verstappen, Perez, and Gasly all had monumental power system failures,
It's the reliability issue that they have.
Yeah, of the
think,
new.
yeah. The
It's
new power.
not clear what it is exactly because they said, I know over the team radio they said it wasn't a battery issue, but like you're hearing different reports, right? So from Gasly, the entire system shut down. You literally saw from his like over the shoulder cam, that the display completely shut off on his wheel, right?
Yeah.
Verstappen was having trouble with the steering system before he retired the car. And then Checo Perez said at a certain point, it felt like there was no fuel going to the engine. So,
So it's multiple
something's wrong there.
Aspect. Something's wrong with their engine that connects to the hybrid system. And obviously the hybrid system is collecting energy from the brake and all that stuff. So obviously the whole package there's a reliability issues. And usually like Red Bull they are known for their reliability issues. Before.
Man, I mean, just wait. You're going to see, in the next season of Drive to Survive, Christian Horner is going to be going and petitioning the FIA saying it was Lewis Hamilton's fault for the reliability issues.
Dude, I would be so fucking mad. I would probably unsubscribe Netflix if that thing really happens.
No, it was interesting even seeing Horner surprisingly quiet in his post race interview. Not blaming anybody else, not shit talking. That's interesting. You have a different team and a different driver, that ended up pummeling you, and you have no criticism for them.
Yeah, but if Mercedes is P1 and P2, then
venom would have been coming out of his mouth,
Yeah. Yep.
But dude, I mean, what a race from Leclerc and Sainz, really.
Just the whole Ferrari team, man. They're just I feel like they have a good chance to get a championship this year. To be honest,
that would be amazing to see. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, a lot of people need to realize that this is like a whole new DNA for the car. There's very little carryover from previous seasons, so everybody is almost starting with a clean sheet of paper. And, of course, they have insights and knowledge and even maybe some parts from the previous car, but they're so fundamentally different in so many ways that it invariably was going to shake up the season. And it's so impressive to see Ferrari kind of coming from the midfield up,
Yeah.
Speaking of amazing... Kevin
Magnussen.
Haas.
Yeah, what the hell?
Haas. Wow. Dude. I mean,
dude, it's a full of surprise today.
Dude.
It's really fun to watch. Yeah.
Dude, seeing Gunther in the post-race interview, it was like the guy was on coke, man. He was like,
I suggest you guys that haven't watched the race, go watch the replay. Go watch the whole race. Yeah. It will surprise you. It will surprise you.
Yeah,
with the cars, the standings, and even the rules. The rules has changed a bit. Like safety rules and
no, they didn't change. They just changed the wording so nobody can claim this misinterpretation BS.
But like what Sharif was saying, Kevin Magnussen, dude, this guy literally he was going to race in Sebring.
Yeah,
last week,
a week ago,
and then he got called in 6 days. Oh, you have to be replaced. You have to jump into F1 because Nikita Mazepin has to. He's gone. It's gone, and literally, this guy just sit in the car and then just race. It's like within such a short time, dude, man.
that was awesome to see. Really, like,
and it's really nice to see Kevin back because he has been out for a year or so.
Yeah,
ever since what's his name? Roman Grosjean's gone.
Yeah. They both got ousted at the same time.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, he was in amazing form today. Really,
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Haas to be like properly in the points. Because like, dude, Gunther and the whole team have been putting in so much effort, so much time. And to see them get up there, was just heartwarming. I'll be 100% honest. It was just like...
Yeah.
And that, I think that really encapsulates how this first race felt. It's like, wow, nice to see Ferrari coming up and showing that they are the legacy team that they always have been, and seeing Haas turn around and get the points, and then watching Mercedes be humble and say, listen, we just don't have it, but we're going to keep working on it. It was just, there was no arrogance amongst like those teams,
and Alpha, watch Alpha climb back. Yeah, dude, I'm an Alpha owner. Like that warms my heart, man. I'm an Alpha owner.
Yeah.
You guys know I have an Alpha Julia in the garage right now. But,
dude. Dude. And Zhou, the China's
the first Chinese
F1 driver.
Yeah, he like I'm when I saw that saw the result after race, it warms me because he's like, I'm Taiwanese, he's Chinese, but we speak the same language and from the same area.
Dude, no, and he did well for his first time out. Really, like I can't remember what position he ended up in, but for a first race
in
Formula One history, he did really well. He didn't end up like P20, P19. I think he's 12, 13, somewhere around there.
Actually, I think he scored a point for Alpha, so it's up to 10.
Wait. Let me check. Let's check. Took a picture of the...
Yeah, let's check.
You're right. He was P10. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I think he scored a point for Alpha, yeah.
So, your first race ever in F1, and you're in the points? Mm-hmm. Like, wow. That's huge, man.
Yeah. Like this race, I have a big respect for the guy that designed these new cars and the new everybody. Like big respect for everybody except our
beloved Christian Horner.
yeah. But dude, Christian Horner is just so quiet today, which is okay.
It's nice to see.
Yeah. But for everybody, like on the grid, just nice to see them positions switching positions. It's not Mercedes 1-2 anymore. It's not Verstappen's 1-2 or Red Bull 1-2, but Ferrari has even Alfa Romeo that we'll talk about.
Yeah,
McLaren, they have issues.
Yeah, clearly, because they were at the bottom of the pack, like almost.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, right? Like especially to see. As Joe and I were talking during the race, and I'm not a huge Daniel Ricciardo fan. It's just a personality thing with me. Like he's a nice enough guy, a good racer. Just I don't know, something about him kind of rubs me the wrong way. But to see Lando Norris so low, actually to see both of them, quite frankly, so low was a bit surprising, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, their car when they were doing winter testing is not that bad.
Yeah.
But they have the completely different suspension setup with other teams, actually.
Yeah.
Every other team. They have I believe they have poorer suspension.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why, because
it
it's
make that much of a difference, but something's
something's off.
Yeah.
Because they say the brake is off. They don't have brake.
That's true. The brakes were. I know they were waiting on replacement parts and working on it.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe because it's a brand new setup because poorer suspension has not in Formula One for a long time.
No. Usually, like you'll see push
rod
in
the rear,
front
and
rear. Pull rod in the rear. But that's the thing. Like so one of the guys that I follow is Scarbs Tech, right? Mm-hmm. And like he was saying, it shouldn't make that much a difference in terms of performance. But I don't know, man. Something's clearly off with McLaren. You know, like you would normally expect them, midfield, like 4, 5, 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Man, seeing them down in like P16, P17, 18, 19, you're like
harsh. It's harsh.
Geez.
It's harsh.
Yeah. You know?
And other than that, Mercedes, of course, we talk about the pace is off. The whole package is off. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's the first race.
Well, and that's what Toto was saying in his post-race interview. Like they kind of looked at this race as a test, as more testing. Realistically.
Like we were talking about. Like I believe that this is a testing experimental race for them because they're trying to get the balance right. Like we can see the car is just not in shape at all.
yeah, definitely not. I mean, valiant driving by both George Russell and Lewis Hamilton to hold on to P5, P6 throughout most of the race. Considering they were that far off with their setups. Like that's impressive. Like I don't care how you slice it, but really completely unexpected to see them ending up in P3, P4 at the end. Like,
I mean, dude, shout out to Red Bull.
Thanks for the podium, guys.
Dude, that's basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like you got a championship last year, then you give us some back.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's terrible, but it's so funny at the same time, man. Even one thing that I did notice, and I don't know if it's intentional or if it's like political, but this is I don't want people to think that I'm trying to stir some things up. It's just something I noticed. I noticed that Hamilton and Toto Wolff didn't refer to Red Bull directly. They didn't mention even their names. I think Hamilton referred to them as those guys or the other guys. Toto Wolff did something similar. So I don't know what's the reasoning behind that. It's just something that I picked up on in the post-race interview.
I noticed that because they never say their name or the team's name. Yeah. And I think it's because we all know that Hamilton and Toto they are good with media. They're good at talking. They are good. They're professional like presenter, and they're professional like talker in front of the camera, and again they are really keep their head down, so they don't want to attack anyone by saying the name. If they say the name, then anything can go wrong.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to, like, again, I'd love to be a fly on the wall of their sort of like PR briefings, because like for me, that my ear kind of pricked up, because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, there's an opportunity to kind of like slam these guys, and they didn't even mention the team or the drivers or Horner, by name. So I'm like,
I guess it's just the personality of what they have. Like they just want to keep their head down and then just do the right thing, win it the right way.
What's interesting is back in the day, in the wars between Coca-Cola and Pepsi, Coca-Cola never referred to Pepsi by name.
Yeah,
they always just referred to them as like the other guys, the competition or something.
Yeah.
So I
rival or competition.
Yeah. So I wonder if there's a little bit of that PR sort of strategy going on.
Yeah,
there.
PR strategy. Yeah. I mean, from our center, we all learn how to talk.
Yeah.
By not attacking someone, and that's basically what it is right now. From Hamilton's mouth and Toto Wolff's mouth.
Yeah, but it's funny you picked up on it too, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But dude, what a race. Yeah, like definitely hats off to Leclerc for driving a phenomenal race, maintaining control the entire race, really.
A lot of highlight.
Beautiful wheel-to-wheel moments between Verstappen and Leclerc,
And midfield too.
And the midfield, tons of beautiful wheel-to-wheel racing. It definitely gives me some hope that things will be shaken up, a bit this season. And after the controversy of Abu Dhabi last year, that maybe we're going to get a season full of fair rulings, which would be... That would be nice to see, wouldn't it?
I would love to see every single race the standing change, like P1 to P6, every single race. Because I remember back in the day, there's one or few seasons that it's happening like this. Ayrton Senna, Nelson Piquet, or what is his name? Alan Prost. Those guys, they like every single race, the standing change. Who like P1, P2, P3, every single race is changing. Yeah. I hope that by having a new era of Formula One, new cars, and we've seen this today. If the engine, if all the teams has a good package and reliable cars, without purposing, obviously, if everything's equal, then we'll probably see something similar.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's what I predict. Like if all Mercedes and Red Bull and all McLaren and all these teams has their car set up right.
Yeah.
Throughout, like I would say maybe 5 to 6 races.
I was gonna say by about race 4 or 5, I think we're gonna see some really intense
battle.
racing. Yeah,
the whole year round, the whole season,
and it's gonna be a marathon season at that. Man,
22 race,
22 or 23,
22, because Sachi is gone.
Yeah,
it was 23, right. But it's what a fun race to watch.
Yeah, there were definitely multiple points where like my heartbeat started just going.
Yeah.
And again, not just for the race leaders, for the midfield as well.
Yeah.
To see the guys fighting to get into the points was just awesome.
Yeah. And one thing's really funny throughout the race that I found out is really funny is that the safety car issue and the lap car needs to be unlap themselves, overtake the safety car. I catch that up like right before I said this is such a nostalgia that now that they have to get all the car on lap car to unlap themselves and by overtaking the safety car. And after I say that, the reporter actually say, "Oh, they need to do this."
Yeah.
I thought it's really funny.
Dude, I mean, like I thought that was so funny, and they were like just the fact that the part of the FIA report rule changes changed the wording from any to all. Like,
yeah.
really? Like, really? Did it need that distinction even though Red Bull claimed that was the misunderstanding and Massey claimed it was the misunderstanding?
Human error. Human error championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, though. What a great race. You can see we're definitely like almost riding a high because that was a nice start to the new season.
It's a nice opening. Nice opening.
Very heartwarming results all throughout. You know?
So, what's your prediction for the next race? It's in Saudi Arabia, and then we all know that track is a fast track.
It's fast. It's flowing, but it's also like a street track. Right?
Yeah, it's narrower. It's definitely narrower.
I definitely think we're going to see, assuming the McLaren power unit gets resolved, we're going to see some intense battles. You know, we definitely know Checo Perez can put his elbows out, you know, and really get into the fight. We know Verstappen is going to do his classic lunge technique, you know, more often than not. The question is, can he really keep up with the Ferrari systems right now? I think we'll see how Sainz adapts. I think Leclerc is in a dominant position right now, honestly. Kind of going into the race, and if he can get a good start and maintain it, it'll be really difficult for anybody to keep up with him.
Yeah, maintaining is a good way to put it, because they have such a high performance for the opening. Can they maintain that performance
going
throughout
forward.
the whole season?
Yeah.
It's only like we have 21 races to go.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the teams are playing catch up, and I think by playing catch up, it's much easier than maintaining the gap.
it always. Always. But you know, honestly, I think if I had to place a bet, I don't think we'll see Mercedes above P5. You know, assuming that Red Bull maintains the reliability of their platform throughout the entire race. Hamilton's still complaining about performance degradation, you know.
And we see that the whole car is just not in the right shape.
Yeah, it's not there. So if I really had to, assuming Sainz is still having a bit of a challenge kind of going forward, and assuming Red Bull works out the kinks of whatever is going on with their power system, I'm going to predict Leclerc in first, Verstappen second, Perez third, Sainz fourth, Hamilton fifth, Russell sixth, and then we'll see for the rest of the midfield. And probably K-Mag. K-Mag and Russell could be battling it out.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I think for me, the front pack is the same, but I still want to see Hamilton trying to do his Hamilton thing, because he is one of those drivers that I feel that he can adapt in so many different cars, because the way he drives is just the precisions that we saw today. And I mean, he's battling himself, competing himself, but he still got the race even though he's old.
But that's
the way he overtake, the way it's just just maneuver the car is just like machine. Like what we talk about is machine. And I would love to see, I mean, of course, Mercedes has to come up with a better upgrade and stuff, but if assuming if that happens, I wouldn't say that will happen next race, but probably either Australia or next one after Australia. Otherwise, I think that if they have the upgrade fixed, if they have the purposing issue fixed, then Hamilton can still fight, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's no doubt to me that Mercedes could be in contention for P1, P2, P3 for the entirety of the season if they get everything resolved.
Yeah, if they get the purposing resolved. Now it's the biggest problem.
Well, today was
issue.
the biggest proof of that, though. For them to be having as many problems as they've been having and still end up P5, P6 throughout the majority of the race.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to count the end because that's, you know, assuming that Red Bull has, power system failures. But, assuming they have that resolved and they would have ended up where they were planning on ending
P5,
up,
P6.
right? Then Mercedes would have ended up P5, P6. And for them to be in P5, P6 with the amount of problems they've had really speaks to both the driving capability of Hamilton and Russell.
Yeah.
You know,
I was gonna say, because during the interview that Toto Wolff said, I catch up something. I don't like the engine, the power unit of Mercedes is actually from last year.
Yeah, it seems that way. I caught that too.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's quite a surprise. Because I think out of other teams, the Mercedes is the only team that is using the old power unit.
That we know of, that we know of.
And of course, Williams is using the Mercedes power unit.
Yeah.
And who else? Who else is using the Mercedes power unit? Well, I mean, there's a few. Haas? Oh, no. Haas is Ferrari. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. But, yeah. Yeah. By having the old system.
Yeah.
And by having the old system on top of all the issues that they are facing right now. And they can hold up to 5 and 6 for the majority of the race. It's quite a surprise. I gotta say, it's quite a surprise. Yeah.
No, most definitely, and we'll see. You know, really, like, would I love to see Mercedes doing better? Yeah, of course. But
of course,
to see Ferrari pulling 1-2, that was pretty awesome to see.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, Ferrari, Michael Schumacher era. Yeah, I would love to see that come back.
Yeah, definitely. Like it made for an exciting first race
for 2022. Yeah.
The new era, as they're calling it.
Yeah, the new era of Formula One.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna call it there as far as our commentary for the first race goes. You know what an exciting result. Insane end, you know.
Dude, I have to just say it's fun. It's just fun to watch. I haven't had that much excitement for a long time. Genuinely.
Yeah. So let us know, you know, down in the comments what you thought of, you know, the race, how it went, the end result, you know. Man, like there's no salt really to be thrown around. You know, it was just
fun racing,
good old fashioned racing, man.
Yeah. This is what we call motor racing. Michael Massey.
Yeah, man, and it was it was definitely a good result, a good end, and man. We thank you for tuning in to us, seeing what our thoughts were. You know, I'm Sharif. That's my buddy.
I'm Joe.
And leave your comments. Click subscribe. Follow us on the new social media
Twitter
stuff over there.
All that stuff. All that good stuff.
Yeah. and we'll catch you in the next one, man.
See you guys next week. Another race coming.
Peace.